the sad part is I don't really know anything. Everybody seems to think that I have this knowledge of what really happened, and I just can't tell any of you. But the reality is I don't know. I walked in and, I got fired, and the ratings were great. Revenue was way up. The day part radio shows are broken down into day parts: morning drive, middays, afternoons, evenings, weekends, that kind of stuff. So my day part sold out faster than anybody else's on the radio station, to the point where they actually recently raised the rates on it, because when the recession hit, they lowered rates all across the board on every radio station, probably nationwide. On our radio station, they did the same thing. The ratings were so good, the response to our show was so incredible, that they actually recently raised the rates, I found out. So, I'm kind of at a loss for this as well. The ratings were good. I'm actually due to get a ratings bonus, because they're paying me up until through October, so which is when my contract was up. So I'm actually due to get a ratings bonus in the coming weeks. So, you don't pay somebody a ratings bonus, you don't raise the rates on their show, and then fire somebody, which is what they did. So I don't either. Don't know the reasons either. I may have said this earlier, but usually when a show is making you money, and when a show has ratings, and a show is not causing problems or not getting along with any of the other shows, you generally don't fire it. And I was not by any stretch the highest paid talk show host on 101.5. So I don't know. I really don't know where this came from, because there were no meetings about the quality of the show. There was nothing. So, again, I wish I could tell you. The show I was on with, the Scott and Casey show, is still the highest rated afternoon show in the history of that radio station. That was before the Jersey Guys came on, or the Jersey Guys name came on with Carton and Rossi. The Scott and Casey show is still the highest rated afternoon show in the history of that station. We had quite a foothold in the 18 to 35-year-old demo. Anyway, in fact, right now the audience is starting to get older, and so they've decided to bring on a couple of guys who are older than me to try to change that. Good luck with that. Anyway, I'd be curious to see the Arbitron splits of the years before, during, and after the Jersey Guys show. Well, like I just said, there was the Scott and Ken, there was the John and Ken show, Brooke and Roberta, who didn't do that well. John and Ken, numbers-wise, did pretty good at the time, but they caused such a huge sensation with getting rid of Governor Florio that they moved on pretty quickly. Brooke and Roberta, to my knowledge, didn't do that well. Dominski and Doyle started off really slow, but ended up doing okay. Scott and Casey came in, and we did fantastic. Again, still the highest-rated afternoon show in the history of the station. The Jersey Guys came on, and they did fantastic as well. The numbers weren't quite as high, but they did fantastic. And then Ray and I did pretty fantastic as well. So we'll just have to wait and see what Dominski and Doyle are able to do a second time around. I don't know what the general manager and the program director, the two that fired me, stood there and walked out with me. It was funny that when after I was fired, the general manager said, "Casey, for what it's worth, I appreciate all the hard work you did here." And I looked at him and I said, "Well, you have a funny way of showing it." So, but there was no security there.